8,
You're watching The
7,
Experience, Comic Culture
6,
and Sales.
5,
Streaming live daily to
4,
Facebook, YouTube,
3,
Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
What is up, everybody? We got an amazing show for you guys. I just picked up an entire box of $5 trades. We got new comics as well. We got all kinds of stuff, so stick around. You're in for a good show tonight, a treat tonight. Let's welcome back the OG. You got the applause for Bentley. Yeah. God, I miss this guy. I am back from San Diego, where I was at the American Library Association's annual conference. It was a great learning experience, actually. I had a really good time out there. It wasn't exactly a big money-making event, but sometimes we have to take those risks in order to, grow and figure out new things and plant new seeds and hope that they'll grow into big fruit-bearing trees with low-hanging fruit. Eddie, how you doing? We're here tonight with some really great deals for you guys. You spend $25, you get to spin the wheel. You spend $50, as long as you're located within the United States, we got free shipping for you. And not only do we have that, we got trades for you guys. I am so excited. I just picked up $5 trades from another seller. We got some really cool stuff coming your way. Another thing that's really cool, we started our Marks, A Tale of Survival fulfillment today. So everybody who has paid up with me, your stuff has gone out. You guys have already gotten your shipping labels, and your Marks rewards were included inside of your packages. So be on the lookout. And we're going to get all of our Marks stuff done this week so that next week I can focus on getting everything together for the Warline Returns campaign. We got a lot of stuff coming your way. I am so excited about it. So without further ado, let's get to it. We got some really cool comics tonight. We're going to start off with, and who else we got? We got Curtis in the house. We got David Moore in the house. We got Lorena in the house. We got Lewis in the house. How do I like the city? I'm not a big fan of San Diego. I've been there every single year for Comic-Con. The weather's great. But I'm just not a big fan of how expensive everything is over there and just how bureaucratic things are. Certainly the gas prices were just like ludicrous, but I'll put it to you simply. I'm glad I'm home. I'm not a big fan of California overall. I think it's, I don't know what it is. I've never had good experiences going out to California. It's like what Vegas is for like a lot of people, where they say like dreams die in Vegas. Like that's how I feel about the entire state of California. But some people like it. So hey, yeah, it is. It's overrated. I'm not a big fan of California, but I love the people that are in California, and I don't hate everything. I certainly don't want anything bad to happen in California. I just don't always have the best experience out there. It was just, I guess it was a learning experience going out there for ALA. I've been there multiple times for Comic-Con, and I've always had a very successful experience going out there. But, coming out there for ALA, I didn't know really what to expect. But it's interesting because, it's not like a comic convention where you have to pull people from aisles. Like, people are just naturally gravitating towards you, and they want to hear what you have to say. And, you meet people from different industries, and, like my neighbors who were next to me, they were like with this organization that deals with, protecting the First Amendment. So they have like litigators, and they're protecting against cancel culture and all kinds of stuff. And it was really interesting to meet them, like they had a lot of really smart people, behind their organization. They actually made a graphic novel. We're going to do a giveaway later on for those graphic novels. And yeah, so I mean, it was an experience. I'm still kind of like taking it in because there's a lot of things that I've kind of like came to discover out there, and there were new connections that I made. I got to connect with peers. You know, it was overall, it was a great event. But yeah. Yeah, the comic book defense league. No, it had nothing to do with comics at all, actually. But the fact that they made a graphic novel, I think, was really cool because, you know, that's the thing. Graphic novels are the fastest growing market right now in libraries because there was such a long period of time when, you know, there were these roadblocks for graphic novels. But now that door is open. And I think the biggest challenge we faced over there, or I faced over there, is that you have all the publishers are there giving away stuff for free. And the librarians, they come there with like a very tight budget. So they're mostly spending money on shipping stuff back to the libraries that the publishers are giving away. It's kind of hard to compete with that, you know. But we definitely sold a bunch of books, and we built our network with libraries, and I'm hoping that'll lead to something. I met some really cool people in the video game industry, so I don't know where that's going to lead to. And there's just been a lot of stuff presented to me that I have to kind of like contemplate right now. So I'm kind of going through that. It was an experience for sure. Not exactly like sure how it's going to benefit yet, but I'm trying to make sure that it stays on course with everything that I've been doing here with you guys, everything I've been doing in publishing and comics, and just moving me in a direction that I want to go and allowing me to kind of have a little bit more freedom to do more stuff, you know? All right, let's get going. So the first book we have today is Uncanny X-Men 300. This is a milestone issue here. We got a foil cover, John Romita Jr. on the cover. This is a beautiful book, and it's going to go for just $5 tonight. This is the first book we have for sale tonight. The next book we have here is a very fine copy of Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man #1, newsstand copy going for $25. The most expensive book on the rack. We got Spidey fighting the tarantula. And this kind of takes, you know, every single time you see Spidey fighting the tarantula, on his first appearance, his second appearance, and in this appearance, he's always in the same pose, which I think is kind of funny. But I really like Tarantula. He's one of my, he's a villain I really like. I like how he has the pointy steel tip boots, and they have poison on, they're poison tipped. So every time he hits you with them, he doesn't have to necessarily like pierce you. If he just, you know, pinches you with it, or not pinches you, pokes you with it, you're down. And you know, he's obviously an expert martial artist and a pretty formidable foe for Spider-Man. So this is going to go for $25. Yeah, that would be really cool. I would like to do that. But, you know, it was interesting. I met this video game recruiter. She worked on Callisto Protocol, which was on PS5, if you guys played that game or heard of it. It's from the team that made Dead Space. Like, I would love to write a video game script. I think that would be really cool. And a lot of the things that I've kind of discovered is that my work publishing comics and making, you know, graphic novels and telling stories applies very well to video games. So I'm kind of trying to find something, but it's not this like direct, like, you know, line of sight job, you know? So it's kind of like, it'll be interesting to see where that lead goes, but I'm also looking for other stuff too. And I just want to get some experience because I, like you, Curtis, I also want to see that side scroller beat 'em up get made. But in order to get to that point, I think I need some more like hands-on experience working within that industry and doing that thing. So see where it goes. Dan Price, what's up? How you doing? We need Warline Mortal Kombat. All right, so we're making a claim on Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. That's off to Lewis. Lewis, oops. We got a $1 discount now on Uncanny X-Men number 300. Down to $4 now. Yeah, no, I'd really love to see Warlion get turned into a side scroller, beat 'em up. That's a dream of mine too. But I also think that's kind of like a process, you know. Some of the things I tell some of the other creators that I meet in this business, you know, that are looking to do this stuff, it's, you know, profit is a process. It's not like you're gonna jump into it and all of a sudden start making money. And I think the same is true of licensing. It takes a long time to build up those relationships, build up those, that interest. And it all starts with putting out a good comic. And that's kind of like where I'm at with Yushin Shin right now. It's all about finishing the series, which, by the way, I guess I can announce it. We are bringing back L.R. Nakleus, who worked on every issue of Yushin Shin prior. He was our line artist up until Hunter Destroyer 2. He is officially coming back to finish the series for us, and I'm really excited to have him come back. So I'll have updates for you guys soon. We're going to get him going on the book very soon. So I'm excited about that. You guys heard it here first. Lots of stuff going on. So, hey, Kenneth, how you doing? We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 145. This is going to go for $5 tonight. Thanks a lot, Lorena. Yeah, it was a lot to get it going. We were discussing it for a while, and what ended up happening was after he finished Hunter and Destroyer 2, like a lot of things kind of changed, and he was working on some stuff for Legendary Pictures. He's still actually working for Legendary Pictures, doing comics for them. And we decided, I decided to kind of focus on Warline for a little bit, and now we're coming close to finishing up the first arc of Warline. And I think that whenever you're doing something related to your comic, you have to focus on the comic first. Tim Seeley he gave me this advice when I first started in comics. If you want to be in comics, make comics. If you want to be in movies, make movies. And I think the first priority that we have with Yushin Shin and Warline is to make the best comics we can before we move on to something else. So as soon as we're done with all that stuff, then we can start kind of like shifting our focus towards moving into those other lines of interest, like video games and all that stuff. But until the comics get done, that has to be our priority. So that's where we're at with everything right now. We'll see what happens from there. I have Batman number 428. This is the version of this issue where Robin actually lives. Now, this is a book that came out very late last year, and it was like, when this book was originally published in the late 80s, like I think it was like 89, it was part of a run that I think was done by Jim Aparo and Jim Starlin. So what happened was they were leaving it up to the breeders to decide whether or not Jason Todd would live or die. And Jason Todd is the second Robin. So they had prepared what would happen if he lived. And it's not really much different than the first, than the original book. But a lot of people really did not like Jason Todd. So obviously everybody voted for him to get killed. But in this version, he survives. And it looks really weird when Batman discovers that he's alive. You can clearly tell that it was intended for him to be dead. But the fact that you have this like alternative version, if enough people would have voted for Jason Todd to be alive, then we would have gotten that page, or we would have gotten that book. And there's some other pages that were added just in case, and they republished it. And I don't know if you can call this a facsimile, because I wouldn't necessarily call this a facsimile, but it's definitely something that you want to have as part of your collection. Especially if you have a Death in the Family run. So we got Batman 428, and that's going to go for just $8 today. So $8 on this. Oh man, that would be cool. I would love that. I actually, I always wanted to see a Yushin Shin video game done as like a real-time strategy that could be like console-based. Kind of like where you would have strategies that would kind of play into what history may have suggested. But there were so many battles that were not really covered very accurately or or at all. And it would be really cool to kind of like create your own take on history. Like one thing I've been discovering lately is, or looking to pick up and planning to revisit, is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I don't know if you guys have ever played that, but the narrative takes a back seat to the experience, which allows you to basically create your own wartime experience as Snake. So it would be cool to kind of do something like that as Yisun Shin, where it's technically a real-time strategy where you coordinate your ships and you do everything that would happen. But if a Japanese ship gets too close, there would be a close quarters combat aspect to it too, with real sword fighting and all that. That would be kind of cool. Well, they did do, Yisun Shin was definitely in that Age of Empires too, but that was like it, and then they had something else. So it'd be cool. We'll see what happens. And technically, the thing about it is Yisun Shin is technically open domain. So, I don't know how much of an interest there would be of adapting something based off of our comic, but it would be really cool. The only way that's going to happen, though, is if I build the contacts within the video game industry in order to make that happen. So that's kind of the steps that I'm thinking about taking right now. Definitely want to see it happen, while still keeping a firm foot in comics, because I love being here with you guys. I wouldn't give this up. I wouldn't give up being here with you guys for anything. All right, the next book we have here is Creatures on the Loose, number 33, and that is going to go for just $10. Now, here's something that's really cool about this. This is actually George Perez's first colored comic ever, and it was written by David Anthony Kraft, who is my co-writer on Yisun Shin, and it's actually got a $15 price tag on it, but I think Dak would want you to have this, so I'll do it at $10 today. We'll make a deal. $10 on this. Creatures on the Loose 33. George Perez's first colored comic. And this starts off a huge saga with Manwolf. Dak had some freedom to do some pretty cool stuff with them, and he turned Manwolf into the Star God, and it connects everything to how he got those powers. And he ends up on this distant planet, and they're doing the same kind of things that we saw in Avatar with the floating islands, and there's fantasy, high adventure stuff. It's really cool. And he's not just this dumb werewolf anymore. He starts out as a dumb werewolf, but as soon as he gets transported to this other planet, there are all these cool characters that Dak created specifically for that run. It's really, really good stuff. Very good high adventure stuff. And it's not just like horror werewolf stuff. It starts out that way, but then it leads to so much more. I have Daredevil Black Armor number 1. We got a Mark Bagley variant cover here. This is by art by Netho Diaz. This guy's extremely talented, and it's really good. I really liked Daredevil Black Armor. It's revisiting the period where Daredevil gave up being Matt Murdock completely and actually moved to a different part of New York and assumed the identity of a guy named Jack Batlin, who was not blind. He actually just wore sunglasses all the time. So he acted as though he had vision and everything. And at night he would, be Daredevil, but he would have this black armor, and he would be a lot more brutal than he was as regular Daredevil. So this is going to go for $8 today, and it's part of a 5-part series. And Daredevil wore this armor back in the 90s. So it's kind of like Marvel revisited that time and gave him that armor. It's pretty cool. $8. And decided to do further adventures with that character. Sorry. I have The Three Musketeers. This is Marvel Classics Comics, number 12. And this is going to go for just $5 today. $5 on this. I have Conan the Barbarian, number 122. Conan the Barbarian, number 122. Town frozen in time. It's people trapped by sorcery. Conan toppled by a midget magus. Well, Conan's met his match. Midgets. This is going to go for just $5 today for Conan, number 122. I'll actually knock the price down to just $3 because there's a little tear up here. So we'll do that. We'll do it at 3. I have Interview with the Vampire from Innovation. This is number 2. So it's a retelling of Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire. And this is going to go for just $5. And then next up I have Incredible Hulk number 278. Give me amnesty or give me death. This is going to go for $10. A nice clean copy, newsstand edition. Very fine. It's in real good shape. Love this. That's going to go for $10. And then I have Strange Academy Presents #1. This is a tie-in to the death of Doctor Strange. Plus, there's a cornucopia of art stars joining Scotty to reveal student secrets. So this is done by Scotty Young. And Scotty is a huge contributor to comics. This is some really good stuff here. That's going to go for $5 today. I have John Carter, Warlord of Mars #2. So for those of you who are fans of John Carter, he was a Civil War soldier who ends up on Mars. And they made some movies about him, lots of books. Very popular character. And this is going to go for just $4. I think that was the case, right? He was a Civil War soldier. Correct me if I'm wrong there. And then next up, we have Kong the Untamed #5. That's going to go for just $4 today for Kong the Untamed from DC Superstars. And then I have The Return of Spider-Man. This is when Ben Reilly becomes Spider-Man. And I guess it's the first appearance of a character named Poison. This is going to go for $5. The Return of Spider-Man. Ben Reilly assuming the role of Spider-Man after Peter Parker decided to retire. Ben Reilly took up the mantle. All right, next up, I have these Alex Ross Timeless covers here that I'm trying to sell off. I'd like to sell them off as a bundle, but I'm happy to just do them individually. Okay, Return of Spider-Man, off to Bree. Bree, how you doing? Good to see you. I'd like to sell these off as a bundle, but I'm willing to do it, as on a case, sell each one individually. So the first book we have here is Daredevil 9. We got Elektra on the cover. That's going to go for 10. All these are going to go for 10. Avengers Assemble Omega #1. I actually have this one at 15, but I'll do it at 10. We got to move it. Carnage #12. We got Hell on the cover. That's 10. Nightcrawler on the cover of Excalibur #13. That's 10. X-Force 13. That's going to go for 10. Electro on Miles Morales Spider-Man #5. Dormammu on Doctor Strange #1. It's going to go for $10. Also, first appearance of what's his face, the Harvest Man. Juggernaut, Captain Marvel #47. Captain America, Symbol of Truth #11. That's going to go for $10. I will let you know right now. Hallows Eve #1. That's 10. That's the Green Goblin on there. I got Vulture on the cover of Amazing Spider-Man 24. That's going to go for 10. Venom on Venom #1. Lizard on Venom #15. Kingpin on Moon Knight 22. Ultron on Avengers 66. Black Cat on Mary Jane Black Cat #4. Phoenix on X-Men #20. Scorpion on Miles Morales #4. Super Skrull on Fantastic Four #4. Abomination on Hulk #4. Rhino on Wolverine #32. King on Avengers 15. So I'm going to count how many books we have here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's like a $210 value. If you gave me $150 right now, I would do everything at $150. $150 or best offer. Throw me an offer. If $150 is too rich for you, and I'll tell you what else I'll throw in for you, just because I'm really eager to move all these books. It's about time for me to get rid of them. I will throw in this Black Panther, which is Avengers 33. So we'll add that in there too. Just throw me an offer. I wanna move it. So we're starting at $150. Whatever offer you want to throw. I have Batman #141. 135. You got to go. Boom. Let's do it. Thank you, Bree. We got a deal. Love you. Thank you so much. We haven't even gotten to the $5 trades yet. All right. Last thing I'm going to tell you guys about. So we have Batman 1. I have these Batman variants here. So basically my LCS is always giving me these Batman variants. He's always setting them aside. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We have Mystique on Rogue Gambit #1. That's included in there. So I put that into that pile. Thank you so much, Bree. God bless you. You are amazing. Love you. So I have Batman 141. This is a David Finch cover. I have the Yasmin Putri cover of number 148. Gabriel Del Auto on 149. And then I actually have 150 upstairs. I'll bring it down after break. So I got, I'm just going to do these at cover price. So these are $6. And then I have the number 150 upstairs as well. So I would just say, I think 150 just dropped today. I did put it upstairs. We're going to take a commercial break in a minute, but if we, I'll bring it down so you guys can see it. We'll do that all at 30, and I'll bring it down for you guys right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when I come back, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of stuff that we'll be giving away tonight to everybody who picks up anything from these shows, and I'll bring that Batman 150, and then we're off to $5 trades. So I will be right back.
Live from New York. What? Oh, sorry. Live from Cleveland? It's Friday night? It's Friday Night Live! With Nancy McCann. And Ricky. And sometimes Carlos. And featuring boxes and boxes of rare comics. Unique collectibles. Lots of smiles and conversations with new friends. Friday Night Live with Comics Unlimited. Friday night from 9 to 11 on The Experience.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there, too.
Bree, you are absolutely the queen of kicking it tonight. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for picking up all those Alex Ross books. While we were on commercial, I picked up that Batman 150. This just dropped today. Batman 150. We got a Dustin Wen cover here. So this is going to go alongside all of our other Batman variants for 141, 148, 149, and 150. You got a nice straight flush here of really cool variants. These are actually 18 plus 7, so 25. We'll do it all at 25. So 25 bucks gets you all of these books. They're all just going for cover. They're bagged and boarded, ready to go for anyone that wants them. For the bottom row, I have Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft #1. That's going to go for Batman variants. Bree, you are amazing. Thank you. Awesome. What would I do without you? All right, I have Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft. This is Cassandra Peterson variant here. This is going to go for just $10. And then I have Detective Comics 522, Batman Fighting the Snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? This is going to go for $8. And then, as I promised, I was going to show you guys what we're going to give away tonight to everybody that buys something from us, or at least the first 5 people. This is called Finding Your Voice. It's a graphic novel from FIRE, which is the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression. These guys were my neighbors at ALA. And what I loved so much about them was the fact that they were defenders of free speech and the First Amendment. And essentially, as long as you are not attacking, as long as what you're saying falls under the First Amendment, they will go out and protect people. And I know people within the comic book industry and outside of the comic book industry who have been canceled for things that they didn't do. And I think what this organization represents is really important, because free speech is important right now, especially in these times. If we can't talk about the things that we don't necessarily agree about, we aren't being adults. We're not moving forward. If we only want to hear what we want to hear, we're staying stuck in time. So I think this kind of stuff is really important. The fact that they made a graphic novel about it that really kind of illustrates different viewpoints without being partisan or without being bipartisan. It's very partisan stuff. It's very centralized. It's not taking a side on anything. So I think these guys were really cool. I love my neighbors at ALA. So this goes off to Bree, and we got another one off to Lewis. And Bree, thank you again. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, is Bree being bad today? Nah, she's not being bad today. She is being an angel to me today. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Bree. I am so grateful to you. You have no idea what your patronage is doing for me after I came back from ALA, because I took a pretty massive hit when I was out there in terms of what my expectations were and when it came to sales and all that. Like, I was expecting to make a lot more money going out there to cover my expenses and to put a little in my pocket, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. But I mean, there were other things that were gained from it, and I have a feeling that the best is yet to come with it. But you definitely put some of my other worries at ease by picking up what you did. So as bad as it may be for your wife, and I apologize to her sincerely, just remember, you can hand her this book, Finding Your Voice, and she'll appreciate the fact that the First Amendment protects you from being judged for your decisions, as long as those decisions don't result in someone getting hurt. But buying comics doesn't hurt anybody, unless you drop those comics off a tall building. All right, I have Carnage #1 in a foil, #2, #3, and #4. This set here is going to go for $30. So $30 on this. This will just sit up here. And then I have Golden Rage #1 and #2. This is basically Golden Girls meets what is it? Golden Girls meets No Escape. That planet, or that movie where Ray Liotta was on a island where prisoners go. That's kind of the idea here. It's a good series from Image, and I'm just doing cover price on both these books. It's a great series. It's going to go for $8. Carnage is really good too. Those first 4 issues make up the first full run, and it's a pretty dark series. And I really like what they did there with focusing on Carnage as the villain. Really solid stuff. All right, we are now ready for $5 trades. So let's get into it. All right, and we have new comics too. Lots and lots of new comics, as a matter of fact. So let's kick it off. Heath, how you doing tonight? With our first $5 trade, we have American Flag from First Publishing. That's going to go for $5. Yeah, I know, right? You know what the funny thing is, Curtis? I've never actually seen No Escape, but I want to go back and watch it now. You haven't seen it, but I'm referencing. I haven't seen it, but I'm referencing it. And I'm not apologizing for it either, because it's a good reference. I mean, it pretty much is that, you know. I see that we have an empty slot on the board here, so I just want to put something up there. Give me a second, guys. What do I have here that we can put up? Aha. I have some Spider-Man brand new day books. Number 551, 552, 553, 554, 558, and 560. If you decide you want to grab all of these Spidey books here, it's going to go for 35. 35 on that. Flag is off to Heath. Heath also gets a Finding Your Voice. Read this stuff. It's really great. These guys, their mission really inspired me. I have to tell you guys. Okay. In here. All right. I have a pretty beat up copy of The Century by Paul Jenkins and Jay Lee. There's an afterword in here by Stan Lee. It is still going to go for $5 because this is a $25 graphic novel. But aside, when I say it's it's beat up, it's just the spine over here is just a little beat up, but you're still getting the whole story of The Century. This is one of Marvel's most complex characters. I actually really like The Century a lot. So he's essentially a superhero and a villain trapped in the same body, and he's got severe personality issues. It's really great, multiple personality, and it was actually something I was going to explore in Warline originally. So the original concept for Warline was that the Overseer and Warline were both the same person, but I decided that wasn't the route to take with it. So The Century was a book that I was definitely revisiting in my early days of creativity. And Paul Jenkins is someone I know personally. He's an absolutely wonderful guy. I have the Eternals from Marvel. It's a hardcover. It's missing its dust jacket, but it is the Neil Gaiman, John Romita Jr. Eternals book. It's the whole thing. It's going for $5. I have Project Superpowers from Dynamite. This does have the dust jacket. The guy I picked these books up from is a big comics fan, and it was funny because he saw me and he was like, "Warline, where have I seen that before?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's like a comic I'm working on." He's like, "Oh yeah, man, like my buddy picked up this other book you did and all this other stuff," and I was like, "That's cool." And he's like, "I want to get one of your shirts," and I was like, "That's awesome." So you never know who you're going to buy books from. And you never know who you're going to sell books to. Project Superpowers from Dynamite is going to go for $5. This is a $30 value. This book's valued at $30. So this is The Golden Age Lives Again. From the dawn of the 20th century came a new chapter in mankind's history, unleashed during a time of great war and destruction. It was the beginning of the age of the superpowers. Yet with the closing of the Second World War, this new spark seemingly flickered and died until now. So we got a bunch of Golden Age superheroes returning from the beyond. There's some really cool artwork in here, and this is going to go for just $5. You really can't go wrong with that. Hardcover bound book with the dust jacket in very good shape. That I could sell it online and get full cover price on it. I have an old Valiant graphic novel, Exo Manivore Retribution. This is going to go for just $5. I don't know what this run is about, but you know, it's there. Curtis gets the last Finding Your Voice. I have one more, and that's it. I have 100 Bullets, First Shot, Last Call, Volume 1 of 100 Bullets. This is a really great series. I interviewed Brian Azzarello in my early days in comics at a local library, or not in a library in, Muskego, Wisconsin. And the one thing that he did, he's very sharp with his dialogue. He's an incredible dialogue writer because he actually spent time writing the CTA and listening to how people talk so that he could write sharper dialogue, and it totally comes through in 100 Bullets. It's a really, really great read. Yeah, David Moore is confirming that. It's like a 10-volume series too. It's very, very good. I have Dynamo 5, Strangers Bound by Fate, and A Father They Never Knew. So this is volume 1, and then I have volume 2 and volume 3 and volume 4 of Dynamo number 5. This is from Image Comics. And if you want the whole thing, it's just $20 right now for all 4 volumes of Dynamo 5. Each book, just so you guys know, is $10. So that's basically 50% off on that. $5 trades in the house. We're doing it without any apology. I have Siege by Brian Michael Bendis. In an epic story arc that began with Avengers Disassembled and extended through the House of M, Civil War, and Secret Invasion, the greatest villains of the Marvel Universe are ready to make their final move against a target from time immemorial, the hallowed halls of Asgard. But with this last piece in Norman Osborn's insane bid to seize total control of the world, is the siege of Asgard the proverbial bridge too far for the former Green Goblin? And will his machinations with Loki be the thing which loses the war or wins him the world? With all-out action that explodes across artist Olivier Coipel's Thor, gorgeously rendered pages, writer Brian Michael Bendis fulfills the promise of a story years in the making, starring Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Nick Fury, and other greats of the heroic age. $5 on Siege. We got Marvel Civil War going for $5. Captain America, we know he wants his book, yeah. All right, so this is normally a $16 book. It's going to go for $5. Bree's calling the Civil War at $5. Got you, Bree. Thank you. Bree, I'm going to have to give you a special thank you letter with this with your current purchases. I appreciate it. Oh, are you talking about Civil War? Jay, did you see Civil War? Were you guys talking about it? I have Hulk, Smashtronaut. This is the start of the Starship Hulk and the introduction of Titan Hulk. This is really cool, by Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley. The co-creator of Invincible and Donny Cates, who created Null, are taking on the Hulk. It's really cool. It's $5, and this is an $18 graphic novel otherwise. I have Hulk versus Thor, Banner of War. This is, again, an $18 graphic novel that we're going to do for $5. That's great. I'm so glad. Thank you, Bree. I have JSA, Black Vengeance by Don Kramer and Keith Champagne. I know Don Kramer personally. He's an absolutely wonderful guy. This is going to go for $5. I have Death Blow, Sinners and Saints by Brandon Choi, Jim Lee, and Tim Sale. Wow, this is pretty cool. This is going to go for $5. Kurt Sutter's Sisters of Sorrow. If you guys are fans of Sons of Anarchy, Sisters of Sorrow is by the guy who created Sons of Anarchy. By day, Dominique, Greta, Misha, and Sarah live in a nonprofit women's shelter. At night, they each don a nun's habit and move through Los Angeles hunting down violent abusers who have escaped justice. Their increasingly public vigilantism has earned them the nickname Sisters of Sorrow and has drawn the ire of LA's notorious anti-crime task force. Kurt Sutter of Sons of Anarchy and Southpaw brings this all-new original tale of revenge and recovery to comics with novelist Courtney Alameda and breakthrough illustrator Hyunjin Kim. This is going to go for $5. Nice, clean copy of the book, too. It's $15 on that's its street value. Ant-Man, Scott Lang. This collects Marvel Premiere 47 through 48, Iron Man 131 to 133, and 151, Avengers 195 and 196 and 223, Marvel Team Up 103, Marvel 2-in-1 87, and material from Avengers 181 and Iron Man 125, written by David Michelinie, Bob Layton, Tom DeFalco, and illustrated by John Byrne, Jerry Bingham. Jerry Bingham's an incredible artist. Luke McDonald, George Perez, Greg LaRocque, Ron Wilson, and more. Legendary book. Awesome. Gotcha. Ant-Man goes off to Curtis. And Roberto's making some claims too. Gotcha, Roberto, on 100 bullets. And what else did Roberto claim? 100 bullets and Siege. 100 bullets and Siege. Oh, there's also stuff here that I picked up from Pete's today. So I did some buying over at Pete's. And then whatever we sell through today, I'm going to just do one more show tomorrow. And then that's going to be it for the week because I really want to focus on making sure everybody gets their stuff from the Kickstarter. I want to take care of fulfillment so that I can focus on the Warline campaign. And looks like Roberto gets the last Finding Your Voice. I think he's going to appreciate that. And then Death blows off to David Moore. Okay. Early century Visigoth who was kidnapped by aliens and bands. Yep, that's right. So actually, did anybody claim Exo Man of War? I don't remember. I didn't see it. I mistook David Moore's Death Bowl claim for the Exo Man. Yeah, all right. So it's still up. My bad. And Sisters of Sorrow is still up here. I would consider picking up Sisters of Sorrow. Sisters of Sour. That sounds like a really interesting series. All right, this is what remains of the $5 graphic novels, guys. This stack here, and then we're off to new comics. I have The Hood is that Brian K. Vaughan, who wrote The Hood? Introduced us to The Hood? Yes, it is. And Kyle Holtz. So The Hood is a supervillain that was introduced in the Marvel Max line. So with great power comes great irresponsibility. The Hood is off to Curtis. You guys are eating this stuff up. I'm almost sold out of everything I just bought. Great. Outstanding. I have the Sandman House of Whispers. $5 on this. Catalyst Comics by Joe Casey from Dark Horse and McDade. It's going to go for $5. Big Game by Mark Miller, $5. That is an excellent grab. Strange Adventures, the entire thing in a hardcover graphic novel, valued at $30. You can get it for $5. This graphic novel is my personal collection. It is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend you guys do not sleep on this one. Pride of Baghdad. It is so freaking good. I love Pride of Baghdad. It's about 4 lions in Iraq that escape the zoo when the U.S. starts bombing Iraq, and then they're just kind of like wandering around Iraq. And it's based on a true story, but it's really, really good. Curtis, nice pickups. That is one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. So good. I have Rican Destruction, Reminiscing and Rebuilding Puerto Rico. This is with Tony Daniel. And we got, it's from DC, but I don't see DC on here. It's pretty interesting. This is going to go for $5 for Reconstruction. And I think this came out probably around the time of the, so it's an anthology featuring contributions from writers and artists from the comic book industry like Frank Miller, Gail Simone, Tony Daniel, Greg Pak, Reginald Hudland, Dennis Cowan, Ken Lashley, Bill Sienkiewicz, Yannick Paquette, Gabby Rivera, Will Rosado, Chris Sotomayor, Mike Allred, Jorge Jimenez, Tara Strong, to Puerto Rican and Latinx celebrities like Rosario Dawson, Ruben Blades, Javier Munoz, Sonia Manzano, Kirk Asvado, Esmeraldo Santiago, Freddie Rodriguez, Lemon Anderson, Maida Del Val, Reagan Gomez, and over 100 others, produced and also featuring stories written by Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez. This anthology teams up his original characters La Borinquana with some DC Comics' most iconic heroes of all time: Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Aquaman, The Flash, Supergirl, Harley Quinn, Green Lantern, Static Shock, Icon, Swamp Thing, and many others. Original stories also take us to the past to explore the beautiful history of Puerto Rico, as well as tales that envision a stronger and rebuilt island. 100% of the proceeds from this anthology will go to the continued work to help over 3 million Americans living in Puerto Rico, providing solar-powered lamps, food, clothing, and so much more. These short stories remind us that the true power of being a hero is inside each of us. When we come together as a united people, we will never be defeated. One thing that I really am inspired about by this came out the year that I did, what was it? A fundraiser. Sorry. I did some fundraising. So people in my community died in 2018. There was this kid I went to high school with. He got involved with some stupid stuff. He was trying to bring marijuana over the border, and he got killed. It was probably the cartel. They killed him in this parking lot where I used to work, actually, when I worked in video game retail. They just cornered him, and they shot him in the face with a shotgun, and they couldn't even recognize his face after he got shot and killed. And another guy I knew died of a drug overdose. And then one of my close friends' brothers, 40 years old, was eating an apple in front of his daughter and suddenly had a heart attack and died. And all these people I knew were suddenly just, dropping like flies. It was really sad. And then the Las Vegas shooting happened, and then Tom Petty died, and I was just like, this is just really brutal. And so it was all happening around the time of New York Comic Con. And I decided to put together a fundraiser where we took the proceeds of every single copy of Eastern Chin we sold for the week of New York Comic Con. And I took my cut from New York Comic Con that year and put it towards this organization called Direct Relief in honor of the people that I knew who died. And Direct Relief was very kind. They actually wrote letters to the families of the people who passed away and sent it to all of them. I asked it to them as a request. And we didn't raise a lot of money, certainly not what this book probably did, but it definitely went towards the people that were in Puerto Rico when the earthquakes, or was it the earthquakes or a hurricane hit? I forgot. But it was something that I was really proud that I did, and it's cool to see this come together too. Other people doing something similar. BKV and Nico have been working on a graphic novel. Wow, really? The Exploding Giraffe, yeah, because there's a scene in Pride of Baghdad where there's a giraffe. A bomb drops on the head of a giraffe. It's crazy. I got to check that out. Is it with humans, the spectators? But anyway, Reconstruction is going for $5. I have Puffed, the authorized movie adaptation by John Layman, the creator of Chew, and Dave Crossland. That's going to go for $5. Yeah, it was the hurricane. Yeah, it was brutal. And I felt like I wasn't really doing much. I was really, I wish I could have raised like so much more money to help those people. But, my buddy who, came and helped me at New York Comic Con, he also donated his commission that I would have paid him for at the show. He told me, he's like, the money that we donated would get people water and, help people out. So, I had a clearer conscience after that because, we did do something. But, when things like that happen, you can't stand by idly. At least I can't, and not give back in some way. I think it's really important to always do your best to give back. All right, Ghosts of Humans. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't turn into Batman. No, I have, but I do have. This is the last one. This is going to go real fast. This last book here. I have. Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't know this. This had. So this is an epic collection, Moon Knight. Bad Moon Rising by Doug Bench, David Anthony Kraft, Bill Mantlo, Don Perlin, Keith Giffen, and Bill Sienkiewicz. Going for $5. It's a $40 book here, guys. $5 on the Moon Knight. That's going to go real fast. I know someone's going to grab that. Yeah, David Moore grabbed it. Knew it. All right, guys, we're going to take a short commercial break because it's about that time, and we're done with our $5 trades for the evening.
Onrie, actually, Heath got it first.
Heath got it. All right, Heath, it's off to Heath. Sorry, David Moore. Heath got you. He beat you to the punch. Sorry about that. Heath, that's yours, bud. Well, I appreciate you saying that, David Moore. Here's something else I did. I gave Heath your Moon Knight because he claimed it before you. So you can take that. You can take that point. You can take that point away from me if you need to. Sorry, I shouldn't rub it in. I'm such a jerk. All right, and thanks, Jane, for pointing it out. I appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to take another short commercial break. When we're going to come back, we're going to do our FOMO books, and then we're going to start building a new rack with all of our new finds from North Shore Comics. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Order Battle Quest comics at your local comic shop today.
What do you call the place on Spider-Man's wrists where the webs come out? His website. I hate myself for writing that joke, but you'd make me feel so much better if you just visited our website. We have links to our merch, new release lists, all the show info, and so much more. TheEXPLive.com. Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
All right, we are back, guys, and I have to say, I am so grateful to you guys for picking up all of these trades. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 trades left, all going at the $5 level. I just want to point out a couple of them that I think you guys would really appreciate. This Hulk by Ryan Otley and Donnie Cates is really good stuff. We have the Captain America, yes. And, of course, he, every time I sing the song, has to buy it. We got the Sandman graphic novel, The Sisters of Sorrow. As Jay pointed out, we have the Exo Man of War Retribution. That's another really cool one. And then we have the Puffed, the unauthorized movie adaptation from John Layman. This is really cool too. The Reconstruction, which I think is really cool as well. Big Game. So we got some good stuff here. All right, hang on just a second. Page 16. Sorry. All right. All right, let's get back to it now. It is FOMO time. So, Jay, do you mind rolling the video?
It's FOMO time! What's that even mean anyway? Oh, is that what it means? I'm such a weirdo for missing out on these great deals!
All right, so we have Swamp Thing number 22. That's our first FOMO book, going for $5 tonight. This is a pretty cool cover. Swamp Thing is outgunned and outnumbered and surrounded. What's going to happen? Find out for $5. I have Conan the Barbarian number 148. That's going to go for $5. Incredible Hulk number 276. That's going to go for where do I have it at? That's a newsstand copy. We'll do it at $8. Swamp Thing, we got you. Swamp Thing's off to Curtis. Superman number 283. That's going to go for $5. Hulk at $8. It's off to Roberto. I have Detective Comics number 530, Against the Fall of Nocturna. There's a Superman 3 movie sweepstakes. Details are inside. This is by Gene Colan and Dick Giordano. That's going to go for $8. Fantastic Four number 215, Blastar, The Living Bomb Burst. Newsstand copy going for $5. I have Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man number 65. That's going to go for $5. We got Kraven the Hunter here. Falls prey to the maddening jungle potions of Kraven the Hunter. And Uncanny X-Men 165. That's going to go for $5. All right, Puffed is off to Lorena. Superman. And FF. Okay. Bro. 5. Sister Trade. They're eating it all up. 25 on the Carnage run. Deal. That's off. You guys are eating me alive tonight. I love it. Thank you so much. Absolutely love it. Okay, so we got 3 FOMO books left. Holy crap. We got the Conan, the X-Men, and the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. Holy smokes. You guys ate me out of house and home today. Still got the Catalyst from Joe Casey, Dan McDade, Paul Mayberry, Ulysses Fairness from comics, Sandman, House of Whispers, Big Game, Reconstruction. We got the Hulk. We got the Banner of War. This is also done by Dottie Cates as well. This is kind of like a add-on to that Hulk run. So if you decide to get them both, it's kind of like a set. We got the Captain America, the Dynamo 5. Let's read a little bit more about the Dynamo 5 real quick, just so you guys know what this is about. Captain Dynamo, the greatest superhero in the world, was not the most faithful husband. Now he's dead and his family is trying to piece together their lives. As his enemies descend on his unprotected city, Captain Dynamo's widow rounds up his 5 illegitimate children, each of whom have inherited one of their father's superpowers. That's pretty cool. So there's 4 volumes so far that we have. The first 4 volumes, so you got a great entry point into the series by Jay Farber and Muhammad A. Azrar, and that's going to go for $20 for that entire 4-volume run. And now, let's get to our $2 comics. This is all new acquisitions from, Roberto, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but, if you decide you want it, it's yours, dude. No one else has claimed it, so let me know. I'll put it off to the side. You have the first right of refusal, but there is absolutely no pressure on you to claim that. It's like, putting pressure on me to buy a book because it's got some kind of Jewish theme in it, which I would probably take anyway, just because I'm interested in all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with being interested and prideful of your culture. We support that heavily here. Especially if you're into the cult of G.G. Allen, we're very supportive of that. It was 5 illegitimate children. Yeah, your man was a player. All right, cool. X-Men 165. Storm turning into a cockroach. La Cucaracha. Or is she turning into a brood here? That is that for $5. Chuck is right. More cultural appropriation with Marx. All right, so let's get into our $2 books. Yeah, sell me my own book. Which, by the way, I have to say, one thing that was really wonderful to discover when I was over at ALA was to see the reception of Marx. It was the first time I had ever seen something outsell Yi Sun Shin. Marx was, libraries were eating that book up. If I was going to sell out of anything, it would have been Marx. Like if I would have just focused on bringing like 100 copies of Marx, I think I could have gotten rid of everything. So it was great to see that. Kosher mayonnaise. All right. I have the Flintstones featuring Pebbles from Gold Key going for $2. Chuck, it's irony that you come on the show at this time because I just came across some really awesome Wolverine books today, including a Wolverine book that you and I were talking about. I have Wolverine number 65 from Jason Aaron and Ron Garney's run. That's going to go for $2. Grendel number 14 and number 15. This is when Kamiko was publishing it. That's pretty cool. Going for $4. Flintstones is off to Roberto. All right, so I have some Wolverine books here. I have Wolverine number 94, number 98, number 97, number 99, number 102, and number 110. And this is all going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 issues of Wolverine going for $12. $12 on these Wolverines. Chuck, how you doing, buddy? Amazing Spider-Man 420. Amazing Spider-Man 420. 'Twas the night before X-Man. X-Man shows up here. I have Walt Disney Comics and Stories going for $2. Wolverine off to Chuck. Yeah, see, Chuck, we got that issue you were telling me about right here. Wasn't this like the first comic you ever read or picked up? I'm glad you're doing well, Chuck. How was your visit with your buddy? Yeah, I got the Walt Disney. Okay, got you, Roberto. I have Bugs Bunny. That's going to go for $2. Amazing 420 is off to Heath. X-Men and the Micronauts, number 2, going to go for $2. Oh, okay. It was okay. Sorry about that. My bad, Chuck. I'm glad you had a good time with your buddy. Spider-Man Classics. I have issues 2 and 4 are going to go for $4. I did remember that one cover though. Didn't we talk about this one? This cover had some kind of impact on you. Deadly Foes of Spider-Man number 2 and Lethal Foes of Spider-Man number 2. That's going to go for $2 a piece, so $2 each. Step Aside, Superman. It's Superboy. We need for the Legion of Superheroes. This is from Brian Michael Bendis' run. So we got number 15, number 18, and number 21. That's going to go for just $6 today. Batman number 17 is $2. Machine Man 2020, number 1 and number 2. Well, that's good. $4 on the Machine Man 2020. It's now been 3 weeks for me as of yesterday since I've used any sort of marijuana substance stuff. I'm actually decided to take a break from it. An indefinite break from it. Superman 18. But I still, anybody who uses it, I say go for it. Enjoy yourself. Not saying I would never use again, but, just trying to stay clean for a little bit. Got a lot of stuff I got to handle right now, and it, got to do it with a sober mind. Thanks a lot, Chuck. But boy, did I want to smoke myself stupid while I was out at ALA, especially when I was talking to some of those librarians out there. I'm like, this conversation would have been so much more interesting if I was high. Talking about the First Amendment would have been way better if I was high. Yeah, I mean, look, there's some people who use it for a variety of reasons. My reasons for stopping were it was just becoming too much of a habitual thing. Like I was using it all the time when I was doing shows with you guys. I was using them at conventions. And those are not environments where I want to let my inhibitions loose. You know what I mean? It's like I'm here to be, present for you guys and focused. And it was just starting to create a lot of anxiety for me. And I don't want to feel that way when I'm here with you guys. I want to be here and present, but I'm not against the use of marijuana at all, so long as it's being done in a safe environment. And if it makes you feel great and you love doing it, hey, I'm all for it. The Dare ads needed G.G. Allen. Onrie gets high, the prices stay low. That's right. All right, I got Batman, City of Bane tie-in. This is Secret Files number 2. Going to go for $2. Now, this is the run where Alfred dies, apparently. So I need to go back and collect that at some point. And that Batman I Am Bane run was really good from Tom King. I really enjoyed that. David Finch did that too. Secret Files is off Curtis. That's some really good stuff here. You guys are eating up every new thing I got here. New and old is moving today. I have Dark Crisis, the Deadly Green. This is a one-shot. And then I have Dark Crisis Warzone, another one-shot. Each one's going for just $2. The smoking of the lettuce. Actually, you know what? I will say I had a salad a couple weeks ago from a restaurant, and they actually put the lettuce on a frying pan, and it was actually pretty good. Like, you know, it was like a big head of lettuce, and they it was fried on the pan. It was really good, surprisingly. They didn't cut it up; they just put the whole head on there, and then they just minced up all the other vegetables and put them on. It was very good, very delicious. I have Superman Family starring the Golden Age, number 217, going for $2. Tom and Jerry from Gold Key is going for $2. Dennis the Menace Goes to Mexico, $2. The Wilted Wedge. Yeah, it was kind of something like that. Something along those lines. Spider-Man 2099, $2. Batman's. Okay. Let me get the Hulk. I'm going to get the Batman, Man-Wolf, the Ninja Turtles, and that Batman. Roberto, let me total you out for these. So this one I did for 10. I'll actually drop it down to 8 for you. So we'll do it at 8. This Batman Robin Lives, $8. I'm doing 10 on the Man-Wolf. That's George Perez's first colored comic and David Anthony Kraft's first issue of Man-Wolf. The Ninja Turtles was, I think we had it at 5, so it's 5 on this, and then I'll do 8 on the Detective Comics. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Wow. Dennis the Menace off to Lorena. Awesome. You guys are clearing me out today. And Superman Family is off to Heath. He's making a stand against Captain America today. No more Captain America. I don't want Captain America. I got the Punisher number 23 going for $2. The Inspector and the Pink Panther. I got this issue. I can't ever tell what issue it is, but it's both of them for $4. Superman, he buy that kryptonite. He gets high on kryptonite. And all the live long day, yeah. All right, we have Raven number 1. That's going to go for $2. Yeah, Roberto, I actually really want to talk to you this week. I meant to follow up with you. I just got so sidetracked with everything going on at ALA, but I'm free all week. When's a good day for me to get in touch with you? Let me know. Have a good evening, man. I have Daredevil Annual number 4. This is a tie-in to Atlantis Attacks. This is going to go for $2. I have a Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man run here, which is pretty badass. Number 67, number 75, number 129, and the number 6 Annual. This is going to go for just $8. $8 on this. I have Legends of the Dark Knight, number 40, and number 45. You got it? All right, good. I got you. Roberto, I'll message you. We'll figure out a time for me to call you. Legends of the Dark Knight, number 40 and 45 is going to go for $4. Gotcha, Curtis. Okay. I have Batman 483 going for $2. I have Spider-Man Storm and Cage. This is a American Cancer Society thing going for $2. Punisher Suicide Run number 86 foil cover going for $2. Future State Nightwing number 1 is $2, and Suicide Squad number 2 is $2. I'm going to take our FOMO books, put them on the bottom here. We have Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 65 going for $5. Craven the Hunter on there. And then Conan 148 is going to go for $5. Punisher's off to maybe more. I do have some more $5 trades. These are books that $5 trades that didn't sell last week. I have Generation M going for $5. I have Teen Titans Outsiders. That's going to go for $5. The Incredible Hulks. This is a Chaos War. That's going to go for $5. And then I have Guy Gardner Collateral Damage by Howard Chaykin with Michelle Madsen. Number 1. That's going to go for $5 as well. So we have some other $5 trades here that I just discovered. Discovery node. Put some other books on the bottom row here. Just a second. To fill some stuff out here. I have Seeker 3000, Marvel Premiere 41, going for just $4. The Sentry number 1 is $5. And Silk number 1 is $5. I have Logan Shadow Society. This is an X-Men adventure going for $2. I have the series from Tom King here. Danger Street. This is number 5. We have number 6, number 11, and number 12. This is going to go for $8. $8 on this run. I have Dark Crisis, number 1 of 7. That's going to go for $2. Spider-Girl 15 is $2. Secret Origins, Green Arrow and Speedy number 38 is $2. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance, Alpha number 1 is $2. Morbius, The Living Vampire versus Spider-Man number 3 is $2. Wonder Woman, War of the Gods number 1 is $2. Thor number 9 and 10. This is the first 2 parts of a run called Prey. Spider-Man, Web of Doom number 1 is $2. Idaho, $2. Stampede, The Amazing Spider-Man Annual 23 and Atlantis Attacks crossover issue. Okay. When we take our last commercial break, is it about time for us to do it again, Jay? Are we at commercial time?
About 4 minutes.
About 4 minutes away. Okay. So about 4 minutes, we're going to take a commercial break. Here's what I'm going to do right now so we can make some room for stuff at the top here. I'm going to take down these trades here. I'm going to show them off again. Our $5 trades. This is what remains of it. We sold through a lot of them. You guys are absolutely amazing. I can't believe how many of these we got rid of. You'll see these guys again tomorrow. I'm going to give everybody one last crack at it. I'm going to show you right now, David Moore. So this is what I have left, and this is a combination of what I had from last week. So what the majority of the stuff that I had today is gone. This is what I have here. This is what remains. So I'm going to show off this stuff right now one more time, and then it's going to go away. We'll showcase it again for tomorrow's show. I have Dynamo 5, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. This is going to go for $20 for the first 4 volumes of Dynamo 5. This is about a superhero who dies. Turns out he was a bit of a player, had a bunch of illegitimate children, and now his widow is putting that team together. Each of the kids has one of the father's superpowers. It's pretty cool. So there's some cool connection here. We got the Eternals by Neil Gaiman and John Romita Jr. going for $5. Nice hardcover book. It's just missing the dust jacket, but who cares? JSA, Jeff Johns' Black Vengeance by Don Kramer and Keith Champagne. I love Don Kramer's art. Really talented dude. That's $5. I have Catalyst Comics by Joe Casey and Dan McDade. That's going to go for $5. I have House of Whispers. This is a Sandman tie-in by, who is this? Nalo Hopkinson. Nalo Hopkinson. $5 on the Sandman. Big Game by Mark Miller and Pepe Larraz. Wesley Gibson is back and he rules the world from the shadows. Can the combined forces of Kick-Ass, Hit Girl, Kingsman, the Magic Order, Huck, Nightclub, and the Ambassadors stop him? So this is the guy from Wanted is back, and all of the Millerverse characters are coming together to see if they can stop him. That's going to go for $5. We have a crossover of Teen Titans and Outsiders. This is called The Insiders, going for $5. I have the Incredible Hulk's Chaos War. This is done by Greg Pak, going for $5. Guy Gardner, Collateral Damage. That's going to go for $5. Generation M is $5. Exo Man War Retribution is $5. We have the Hulk Smashernaut. That's going to go for $5. And then the Banner of War. This is Hulk versus Thor. That's going to go for $5 as well. These two goes together as a nice set. And they actually follow each other directly. So it'd be 10 for that pair. And then I have Captain America Cold War Aftermath. That's going to go for $5. Generation M is off to breed. All right. The trades are going off. Let's see where we're at. We're about a minute away from commercial. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 trades left. You will see these bad boys again tomorrow, unless you want to make a claim now. And it's actually 16 with all the Dynamo 5 books that we have. Moves a lot of books tonight, guys. Like, I'm seeing stacks and stacks of stuff here for all of you, and I appreciate your business so much. I feel so uplifted now after everything I experienced out in ALA. I'm glad to be able to come home and have some reprieve here, knowing that you guys are here to kind of hold me up. So we're going to take a short commercial break here. All right, Dynamo 5. We got a deal on the bulk offer. No problem. So Dynamo 5, JSA, House of Whispers. Okay, we'll be right back, and I will see you guys in a moment.
So, the show is called The Geek Chat. And really, there's just a couple of geeks.
I'm Rich.
I'm Dez.
And we are your hosts for this weekly guide into comic bookery and all the geeky stuff that goes with it.
And that pretty much says it all. They talk about the latest movies and shows.
Okay, I'll be completely honest with you. Overall, D+ movie.
So the end. Did you know who that is?
That's She-Ra. Yeah.
Yes.
The new #1 comics of the week.
We rep Samuel Jackson and we rep Mace Windu.
I passed on this. I was like,
No regrets.
no regrets. I really wanted to like this book. I really did. Like, I really did.
And just chat with each other and with you.
Oh, Daniel says, I dosed off with the first one. I have zero interest in the Joker Harley ship, not Harley herself. Enjoy, not for me. Yeah, this movie's going to be rough for me to sit through, I'll be honest.
The Geek Chat, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just a couple of honest geeks
Let's be honest. Come on.
And that is why people watch us, because we're honest.
giving their honest opinions.
And the thing you always have to remember about the internet is everyone has an opinion, and they all suck.
Part of the experience.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it. In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great, thanks.
All right, we are back. David Moore just picked up a big bulk of the graphic novels, so we're now down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades left. Wow, there's a whole bunch of these. That is amazing. I made some room up here for the rack. Thank you very much, guys. Sold a lot of books today. All this stuff went super fast. Superman Magazine #1, that's going to go for $2. Action Comics 1017 is going to go for $2. Battlestar Galactica, we got the compendium here, #1, #2, #3, and #4 by Rob Liefeld. That's going to go for just $8. $8 on all these. Lazarus Planet Alpha, this is a one-shot. It's going to go for $2. We got Wizard Best of 2005 going for $2. Suicide Squad Future State #1 is $2. Sinister War #4 is $2. Walt Disney's Comics and Stories is going to go for $2. We got Donald Duck on the cover. Spectacular Spider-Man 242 and 259. That's going to go for $4. Korak, Son of Tarzan from Gold Key is $2. Suicide Squad Future State is off to Bree. Detective Comics 1059 and #1060 is going to go for $4. $4 on this pair. I have Web of Spider-Man 13, 16, 17, 21, 23, 26, 28, 35. This is a really cool cover. 55, 88, and #104. If you guys grab all these, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I have 11 of these books here. We'll do them all at $20. $20 for this Web of Spider-Man stack. think that's a good deal on that stack. Sensational Spider-Man 194, $2. I have Green Lantern by Grant Morrison, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. That's going to go for $8. And I have Flash Gordon. That's going to go for $2. So now we got a double rack here. Hang on just a second. Move those Carnage books. Wow, we moved so many books today. It's crazy. Need to go out and buy more now. I have a run of the Defenders from David Anthony Kraft. We have issues 58, 59, and number 60. That's going to go for $25. Normally it'd be $30. I'll do it all for $25. 30 on the run. Or sorry, 25 on the run. And we got a double rack here full of all of our new stuff. And I'm going to give you guys one more chance to claim it all, and then I'm going to take it down, and we're going to reshuffle this stuff tomorrow. So you guys will see all of these books again tomorrow. Plus, we'll do a restock on everything as well. So we'll do a minor restock from, from Graham Cracker's Comics in Downers Grove. So we'll be ready for our show tomorrow on my network. That's going to air at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern on my channel. And that'll be our final show of the week, because after that, I'm going to be focusing on all of our fulfillment for Marks for the rest of the week. And yeah. So if I have any claims here for any of these books, this is your chance. If there's anything you see up here that you want me to pull down for you, all the books on the rack are going for $2. All the books on the lower rack are going for a different price. Just let me know what you want to see, and I'll pull it out for you. At 40, I'll take everything down. That is silk number 1, and it's going to go for just $5. Bree, I'll knock $1 off. It'll just be $4. So it's silk number 1. It just says silk number 1. I don't see a legacy number there. I'm not sure if that's her first ongoing or not, but I'll do it for $4. From 2023, okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay. All right, I'm going to take all these books down from away. You'll see them again tomorrow, possibly. All right, this is our last stack of books. I have Spider-Man 29 and 30. This is parts 1 and 2 of the Mad Dog Ward, going for $4. The Return of the Mad Dog Ward. Sorry. I have the Spectre, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. And this is all going to go for $12 today for the Spectre issues. Glenn Fabry covers here too. These are really cool. I have Spider-Man number 19, number 20, number 21, number 22. So 19, 20, 21, and 22. This is parts 2 through 2 through 5 of the Return of the Sinister Six. We also have the first Spidey and Deathlock here. I want to sell this off as a set. It's $8. But I'll tell you right now, these are all like $4 or $5 books between all of them. We'll do them all for $8. Son of Ambush Bug, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. If you were to grab all of these here, it would be just $10. $10 on all of these. I have Strike Force. That's going to go for $2. X-Men 2 is going to go for $2. All-Star Batman number 7 is $2. Batman 55 is $2. Then we have Batman 97. This is a really, really cool issue. I just read this on the plane home yesterday. This is the first full appearance of the Clown Hunter. And what has happened in this run here, the Joker War, is Bruce Wayne's identity has been compromised by this character named the Dealer. And what has happened is that he has found a way to seize all of Bruce Wayne's assets. And he basically gave it all to the Joker. So now the Joker has all of Batman's money and arsenal and everything. And he's planning this big, huge, scheme to bring down Batman and obviously, and have everybody in Gotham experience what he did, all the events that turned him into Batman. It's pretty brutal. But on top of that, he is also employing, a character named Punchline she's basically replaced Harley Quinn, and she's a lot more brutal than Harley Quinn is. She's not as bombastic as Harley. She's more like straight to the point. That's why she's Punchline. And she's his new dame. And the Joker is a crafty mofo. And Clown Hunter is basically a result of so like if you look at how Batman created Robin, Clown Hunter is a result of the Joker, the Joker's influence. This is some really good stuff here from James Tynan's run. This is gonna go for $2. Philip Aguso, what's up, man? How you doing? I have a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court adaptation from Mark Twain. That's gonna go for $2. King in Black, number 3 and number 4. Then we have another variant of number 4 here with Doctor Strange on the cover. That's all going to go for just $6. Any new or old trades? Yes, I have some trades here. But we need to get squared up. When are you going to square up with your present invoice? I need to ship out your stuff, dude. I have Punisher War Journal number 31, 32, 33, and number 43. That's going to go for $8. $8 on all of these books. And then I have Spider-Man number 24 and number 25. That's going to go for $4. $4 on these. So, Philip Ragusa, we had a whole bunch of trades today that have all sold off. I have some that are left. I'll show them off right now just so you can see them. So the King and Black issues were 3 and 4, but there's 2 variants of 4 in there, Bree. So there's this issue 3. I have this issue 4 variant, and then I have this Doctor Strange variant. If you want them all, it's just $6, but each one is $5 by itself. You know, like that's the cover price point on there. But if you want them all, it's just $6. Or if you just want 2 of them and you want to pick out the variant you want, I got you covered. So Philip Ragusa, you were asking about trades. I'll show those off again. We have Captain America Cold War Aftermath. That's going to go for $5. Exo Mana War Retribution. That's going to go for $5. I have Guy Gardner Collateral Damage. 1 of 2. That's $5. All right, gotcha. I have the Incredible Hulk's Chaos War. That's $5. I have Teen Titans Outsiders. That's $5. The Catalyst comics, that's $5, and then I have the Eternals from Neil Gaiman and John Romita Jr. That's going to go for $5 as well. Put these up for you, Philip Ragusa. Thank you so much, Bree. Gotcha. All right. So we are in the last 10 minutes of the show here. So I'm going to showcase all the bottom row stuff one last time for everybody. Okay, so the XO book is yours, but Philip Ragusa, we need to settle up. So I got you on this book, but we have an invoice of yours that is not paid up yet. So let's pay up with that invoice before we make any more claims, all right? Thank you and have a good night, sir. I got a lot of books I got to send out to you. All right. So we have Uncanny X-Men 300. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we have Uncanny X-Men 300. That's going to go for $5. Yes, it was, Eddie. That was a very quick 2 hours. $5 on this. Daredevil Black Armor #1. That's going to go for $8. I have Marvel Classics Comics, The Three Musketeers #12. That's going to go for $5. Conan the Barbarian 122. That's $3. Interview with the Vampire #2 is $5. Strange Academy Presents 1. That's going to go for $5. John Carter, Warlord of Mars #2. That's $4. Kong the Untamed #5 is $4. Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft #1. That's going to go for $8. Seeker 3000, Marvel Premiere 41. That's going to go for $4. Silk #1, that's going to go for $4. And then I have the Century #1 by Jeff Lemire and Kim Jacinto. That's going to go for $5 as well. Lorena takes the last King in Black for me. All right. So these are all the bottom row books. I'm going to put these away for another day. So what are you guys excited about this week? What do you guys got going on for the 4th of July? You guys going to go see some fireworks? I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to have a solid show tomorrow. That much I can tell you. We're going to have a great show to close out our week. I know it's a short week, but I will be back next week with more stuff. Of course, after I go out and move all this stuff, we're gonna come back with new comics, as always. But we're gonna have all new dollar comics tomorrow from our good friends at Graham Crackers out in Downers Grove. The reason why I'm heading out there is I'm meeting up with one of the artists of Mark's to get the original artwork for a page that's sold during the Kickstarter campaign. So basically that page is off to one of our backers. So I'm really excited about it. I'm excited that this backer is going to get his page and that we're moving forward with everything. I've also been reading a lot of what's his face, Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. I'm a few issues in now. I'm really loving it. It is such compelling work. I feel like I say his name so much on here. It's like ridiculous. I'm starting to feel like such a nerd, such a nerdy fanboy. I can't get over myself. You all have a very safe and happy 4th. So you're not doing anything, Eddie? Yeah, neither am I so far. I might hang out with some friends. We'll see. All right, we have the Defenders 58, 59, and 60. That's going to go for $20 right now. Or sorry, $25 right now. I have Golden Rage, number 1 and number 2. Been trying to sell these forever. I'm just going to go at cover price of $8. And then I have this Amazing Spider-Man set here for anybody who's interested. Amazing Spider-Man 551, 552, 553, 554, 558, and 560. This is going to go for $35. $35 on this run here. This all kind of ties into what is presently being done on Amazing Spider-Man. And I have heard that Joe Casey's going to be writing Spider-Man pretty soon, which is pretty cool. And then I have Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man, number 65. This is one of the last FOMO books that didn't sell today. That's going to go for $5. And then I have Conan the Barbarian 148. That's going to go for $5 as well. And that is everything that we have here today. I'm going to take down these trades. It's like everything else is gone now. We're going to take down the rest of these other books here. We basically sold through an entire short box of books today. I'm very, very pleased. So much stuff is off to better homes today, and I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy and I'm grateful for it. All right. Well, it looks like this is the end of our show here, and I think what we need to spin the wheel for everybody. So we're going to do that in just a second here. Okay. All right, it is wheel spinning time. So, Jay, Spin the wheel, or let's see the video for the wheel of skid bark.
It's time to spin the wheel of skid bark, bark, bark.
We got 5 spins today. We're going to start off with Lewis, who made his first claim today. Made the first claim. Lewis gets 5% off his order. Okay. Bree is the next person. Bree gets a free DC book. Okay. Let's see what free DC book I can give you. Not here. Hang on just a second. We're going to get you a free DC book, Bree. Let's see what we got here. What can I do? Aha! Tail Gunner Joe is off to Bree. Okay. Next spin is for Roberto. Roberto gets free swag, and his free swag is going to be a cool print from Anvu, Red Sonja and Chaos, signed by Anvu. Very cool. Okay. Next up is Curtis. Curtis gets 5% off his order. Look at that. And then finally, we got David Moore. David Moore gets a free Marvel book, and he's getting Extreme Venomverse #3. You guys all won tonight, and everybody won tonight. This is a win for comics. This is a win for everybody. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys tomorrow on my channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Mountain time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful weekend. And if I don't see you for the rest of the week, happy 4th of July. Celebrate America. Celebrate yourself. I love you guys. Have a great night.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.